Imagine this. It's the middle of the night, and you wake up coughing so hard that your ribs ache. Your chest feels heavy, your throat burns, and every breath feels like you're trying to drag air through a wet sponge. You try to lie back down, but the wheezing and mucus won't let you rest. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world deal with chest infections every single year, and many don't even realize what's happening inside their own body. The good news? You don't have to sit and suffer, because there are safe, natural, and surprisingly simple remedies that can help your body fight back, clear your lungs, and get you breathing freely again. Now, before we dive into the 7 natural treatments you can start using today, let's take a moment to understand what a chest infection actually is. Because once you know what's going on inside your lungs, these remedies make even more sense. A chest infection happens when germs, usually viruses and sometimes bacteria, invade your airways or your lungs. Your body's immune system goes into battle mode, which is why you get all those unpleasant symptoms. The coughing, the mucus, the fever, the fatigue, they're all signs that your body is fighting hard. In many cases, chest infections show up after you've already been dealing with a cold or the flu. That's because your immune system is already a little bit weak, and the germs take that opportunity to move down into your chest. Now here's something interesting. Not all chest infections are the same. Doctors often divide them into 2 categories. The first one is bronchitis, where the airways leading to your lungs get swollen and full of mucus. The second one is pneumonia, which is when the actual tissue of the lungs gets infected. Pneumonia can be more serious, and that's usually the time when you definitely need medical attention. But for mild to moderate chest infections, especially viral ones, the body can often recover on its own, and this is where natural remedies really shine. But let me make this crystal clear before we go further. What I'm about to share is educational. It's not a replacement for medical advice. If your symptoms are severe, if you're struggling to breathe, or if you have underlying health conditions, please see a doctor right away. Think of these natural methods as tools to help your body heal faster and make you feel more comfortable while your immune system does its job. All right, let's get into the 7 natural treatments. And I promise, some of these are so simple that you might already have them sitting in your kitchen right now. The first one is a classic that has stood the test of time: lemon and honey in warm water. This remedy has been used for centuries, and for good reason. Honey isn't just sweet, it actually has natural antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. That means it can calm down irritation in your throat while also fighting off germs. Lemon, on the other hand, is packed with vitamin C, which gives your immune system a boost. When you combine them in a glass of warm water, you get a soothing drink that reduces coughing, eases throat pain, and helps your body recover. A great way to do it is to take 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, mix them in warm water, and sip it slowly. Doing this first thing in the morning can set the tone for the rest of your day. Some people even like to add a small slice of ginger into the cup for an extra kick, and we'll talk more about ginger later. The second natural treatment is something we often underestimate: staying hydrated. It sounds simple, right? But here's why it's so important. More than 70% of your body is made of water. When you're fighting a chest infection, your body produces extra mucus in your lungs as a defense mechanism. That mucus needs to be thin enough to cough up. If you're dehydrated, the mucus becomes thick and sticky, which makes it harder to clear out and makes the infection feel worse. Drinking enough fluids keeps your mucus loose and easier to expel. Aim for at least 2.5 to 3 liters of water a day, and if plain water feels boring, you can try warm herbal teas, clear broths, or even water infused with cucumber or mint. Every sip is helping your lungs do their job more efficiently. The third method is using humidity and steam inhalation. One of the biggest reasons chest infection symptoms get worse in winter is because the air is dry. Dry air irritates the nose and throat, which makes coughing more painful. That's where humidifiers and steam come in. A humidifier adds gentle moisture into the air, which soothes your airways and makes it easier to breathe. But even if you don't have a humidifier, you can create your own steam therapy at home. Take a bowl of hot water, place a towel over your head, lean over, and breathe in the steam for a few minutes. Or simply enjoy a hot shower and let the steam open up your airways. This can help loosen mucus and give you almost instant relief. Just be careful with very hot water. The steam should be warm and soothing, not burning. The fourth natural remedy comes straight from the kitchen again: ginger. Ginger has been called nature's medicine for thousands of years, and modern science confirms why. It contains compounds like gingerol that reduce inflammation, fight bacteria, and even help control fever. Ginger also has a natural warming effect on the body, which can feel comforting when you're chilled from infection. You can add fresh ginger slices to boiling water and make a tea, or grate some into soups and meals. Drinking ginger tea 2 or 3 times a day during a chest infection can help calm coughing, reduce pain, and speed up recovery. Some people even mix ginger juice with honey for a stronger, concentrated remedy. Number 5 is essential oils. Now, this one needs to be used carefully, but when done right, it can be surprisingly effective. Essential oils like eucalyptus, peppermint, rosemary, and tea tree oil are known for opening the airways and reducing congestion. You can use them in a diffuser, adding just a few drops to water and letting the vapor fill the room. Breathing that in can clear up nasal passages and help reduce coughing spasms. If you don't have a diffuser, you can make a simple homemade vapor rub by mixing a few drops of essential oil with coconut oil and gently rubbing it on your chest and back. Just remember, never put essential oils directly on the skin without diluting them, and don't ingest them unless directed by a professional. The sixth natural method is a technique many people have never heard of: postural drainage. This is a way to use gravity to your advantage. When you have a chest infection, mucus tends to settle in the lower parts of your lungs, which makes it hard to cough up. Postural drainage involves lying in certain positions that allow gravity to move that mucus upward, where it can be expelled more easily. For example, you can lie flat on your back with pillows under your hips so that your chest is slightly lower than your legs. Stay in that position for a few minutes, then try gentle coughing to bring up the mucus. There are several variations of this technique, and respiratory therapists often teach them to patients with chronic lung issues. For mild infections, doing this once or twice a day can make a big difference in clearing your chest. The seventh and final option is not fully natural, but it's worth mentioning: over-the-counter relief. Now, we're focusing on natural remedies here, but sometimes the symptoms can get so uncomfortable that a little extra help is needed. Vapor rubs, for example, can provide fast relief from congestion and coughing when applied to the chest or throat. Simple pain relievers like ibuprofen can bring down fever and ease body aches. And decongestants, in the form of sprays or tablets, can open up blocked airways. The important thing is to use them carefully and follow instructions, because these medicines aren't meant for long-term use. Now, beyond these 7 treatments, there are a few more things you should know if you really want to stay ahead of chest infections. First, prevention is key. Washing your hands regularly, avoiding smoking, keeping your home clean, and practicing good hygiene can dramatically lower your risk. Second, be mindful of when to see a doctor. If your chest pain is severe, if your fever is very high, if you're coughing up blood, or if you feel short of breath even when resting, don't wait, get medical help immediately. These could be signs of pneumonia or another serious condition. Here's another fascinating fact: chest infections aren't just about germs. Your lifestyle plays a huge role. People who don't get enough sleep, eat a poor diet, or live in polluted environments are more likely to struggle with infections. On the flip side, regular exercise, fresh air, and a balanced diet full of fruits and vegetables can strengthen your lungs and immune system so that even if you catch a chest infection, your recovery is much faster. There are also common myths floating around. For example, some people think drinking milk makes mucus worse. But research shows milk doesn't actually increase mucus production, it just makes it feel thicker. Another myth is that antibiotics cure all chest infections. In reality, most chest infections are viral, which means antibiotics won't help at all. They only work for bacterial infections, and using them when they're not needed can actually make things worse in the long run by creating antibiotic resistance. So let's bring it all together. Chest infections can be scary, exhausting, and uncomfortable, but they don't have to control your life. By staying hydrated, using simple remedies like lemon and honey, embracing the power of ginger, breathing in steam, trying essential oils, practicing postural drainage, and using safe over-the-counter support when necessary, you can give your body exactly what it needs to heal. Pair these remedies with good rest, proper nutrition, and a clean environment, and you'll be surprised how much stronger and clearer your breathing can feel. And remember, always listen to your body. If something feels off, if symptoms are worsening, or if you're worried, reach out to a medical professional. Natural remedies are powerful, but they work best when combined with good judgment and the right medical support. So, the next time you or someone in your family feels that heavy chest, that nagging cough, or that stubborn mucus, you'll know exactly what to do. Natural healing is possible, and your body is stronger than you think. Thank you for watching, take care of your lungs, and as always, breathe easy, my friend.